Hello, gorgeous souls, and welcome to Susie's Enchanted Crossroads. I'm Susie, and this podcast helps you navigate your journey through the crossroads by taking a deeper look into witchcraft and spirituality. So settle in, grab your beverage of choice, and let's get this episode going. Hello, beautiful audience. How are you all doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope the week is going by quickly for you if that's what you wish. Thankfully for me, it feels like it's going faster, but then I feel like, okay, so legit, I was like, shit, it's Wednesday, but fuck, it's Tuesday. Just like, what's happening right now? I had a jam-packed week last week, from morning until evening, all the way into the weekend. So, you know, I was exhausted at one point, but I was really just grouchy. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck am I working so much? Why am I fucking working so much? Do I need to be working this much? Honestly. Honestly? Anyway, when I was weighing out my options, that's just what I had. Just basically what I had. But as I am speaking to you and you're listening, I want to say hello and thank you for tuning in, I guess. Um, it's still so surreal to me that I have a podcast. And I know I joke about this. It's like, who doesn't have a podcast? But honestly, it's some work. And I already knew this going in from the podcast I co-hosted before this one, which was Hocus Pocus, Let's Focus, if you're ever interested. But now that I'm solo and I'm doing it and I'm on it, it feels good. I love like hearing from y'all. I love doing the research and sharing my knowledge. I love getting questions. Um, when I have to do a little bit more research, a little bit of, I don't know, further digging. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. And I would greatly appreciate it if you pressed all those buttons, like, share, save, all of that. And the reason being is that when you do that, when you interact, as you already know, probably, um, it tells either Apple or Spotify or wherever you're listening that, oh shit, people listen. People are listening and it pushes my podcast out there a little bit farther so people can find it. So, yeah, I appreciate you. Let's get started. I was just shuffling if you can hear it in the background. Oh, but also, I do want to shout out my husband and my three bonus boys. If I'm sounding a little bit more crisp, a little more clear, it's because for Mother's Day, I was gifted a microphone and not just a microphone, y'all. Like the whole boom stick thing that looks so freaking professional. So, I love you boys. Thank you so much. Hopefully you can tell the difference. I'm actually pretty curious myself. I was using like two different mics, one that you clip on and connect to the laptop, hardwired, and then like a headset. I already knew my headset. I could hear it in the earlier episode was just not as clear as I wanted it to be. So, ooh, so I'm a tarot card shuffler. I'm just a shuffler, and I got the Fool card. I love this new adventure, taking a risk, leap of faith, doing the thing. If you've been thinking about it, this is your sign. Go for it. I love this. And as I'm looking at the Fool and I'm seeing all these bright colors, I'm using the original Rider-Waite-Smith deck here. And I see the sun. It's on the top right-hand corner. The main color in the card is yellow. You see the Fool person looking up towards the heavens or the universe with the white flower in their left hand and a knapsack in the right, and really teetering off this cliff. And a little dog just kind of yapping at its heels. And, the dog is like our intuition, like, go for it, but, know your surroundings, mind your surroundings. And this actually prompts me into what we're going to discuss today, or what I'm going to discuss today, or what you're going to hear. So I'm going to be talking about color magic. Since I last spoke to you, I talked about the corresponding days of the week and the magic attached to each day. So if you haven't heard that, go back and take a listen because I felt these two went hand in hand. So we're going to discuss color magic. And I wanted to go into this saying that color magic really goes beyond just candle workings and spells. Color magic each color has meaning and energy, and there are different ways to utilize them and use them. So, I mean, I'm sure any corresponding charts you may be looking at, um, even down to your herbs, your crystals. I just told you a form by looking at the tarot card. When we look at these colors, right, and we talk about what color magic really is, it's how to use it in your life and how it's really handy to have at your disposal at every tool. So, color influences everything about the world around us. Right? So if you're looking at color, and I'm thinking about food, right? And they say you should have the rainbow on your plate. So you want to see an array of colors because normally those colors is a good, well-rounded, unless you're having candy for breakfast, if you're Buddy the Elf, right? But you have a well-rounded diet on your plate. So you want to see greens and you want to see some bright colors, and if you eat meat, you have the darker colors. So, really, the color magic really has that subconscious and conscious effect when we get intentional about it. So, sometimes I don't know what it is, but as kids, if you weren't a veggie eater, you see green and you're like, ugh, ugh, automatically, ugh, right? Think about your mood, or when we're teaching feelings to um I shouldn't even just say little ones. When we're teaching people about feelings, right? What feeling you are feeling. Um, we tend to associate colors with those feelings. If y'all saw the movie, what is it, Inside Out? All of Riley's feelings had color. So what color was disgust? She was green. What color was anger? He was red. So color really has an effect on us, right? And I can go into like, the color theory, but we're going to keep it pretty light today and just kind of looking at each color, knowing that on the spectrum, there are they have certain vibrational frequencies. And so you can really use color magic in your craft, and you can invoke and attract whatever vibration you may need to bring or call in into your spell work. It's amazing. And it's just like the days of the week. I even gave you colors associated with the specific days of the week with a little bit of information on that. But now I'm really going to give you uh real info not that the information before was fake, but I'm going to give you really tangible information on each color. So, in case you needed a little bit more in-depth stuff. When we're thinking of when we're thinking about color magic, we associate a lot of times with candle magic, right? Especially as you're starting out as a witch, or you're starting to do some spells, even if it's for yourself, any kind of ritual. Usually color magic, we discuss about spells and ritual work with candles. So picking a color to associate with the candle to go with whatever spell that you're casting. But if we look deeper, sometimes if and I'm going to give you associations with each color. But if, for example, if I tell you green is represents abundance, green isn't the only color that represents abundance. We think money, at least here in the States, green because our money is green, right? You got all those dollar bills and they are green. So we associate green with financial abundance. When the trees are blooming, it's green, it's abundant, it is growing. So we associate that with the abundance. However, the color gold can also be about abundance and bring in abundance as well as financial abundance because gold is also a currency. So I'm going to preface this with if something doesn't resonate with you, please don't feel like, oh my God, this is what Susie said and everybody else says it, so it must be just this way, even though I don't associate it with that. Don't do it. Because if you associate with the color and its intention vibration differently, you are the one that are casting. So you want to, bring in things where you feel like, you know what, this color really means abundant to me because XYZ. So I did want to go ahead and throw that out there. And something I was thinking about also, thinking about your favorite and least favorite colors. So, whatever color you think is your favorite, maybe, I don't know, take a few seconds. What is my favorite color? And why is it your favorite color? What about that color makes you feel some sort of positivity in your life, right? Does it make you feel confident? Does it make you feel calm? Does it make you feel strong? And same thing with if you think about your least favorite color, give you a few seconds on that. And we think, why is this my least favorite? What happened between this time and this time to current moment that this color is my least favorite color? And sometimes it does have to do with an association, maybe when we were growing up. Maybe the color just isn't your color as far as when you try things on. Could be a number of things, but I just feel that if we took a deeper dive on favorite colors and least favorite colors, we can find out a lot about us as far as our maybe inner child, any shadow work we need to do. I know, shadow work. It's always fucking there. Okay, so where can we actually use color magic? As I said earlier, candles. So, whatever candles can really have an effect on your magic, right? And there's literally any color wheel you can find on a candle. And if you're like myself and you make candles, oh man, I love to make candles and just create my own color. It's fucking fabulous. And it really allows you to tap into that specific vibration, that color for whatever workings you're about to do. All right, so we got candles. And it's not just like, oh, I got a pillar candle. You got pillar candles, you got chime candles, you got tea light candles, you got birthday candles. Even like the wax melts. If you can't burn using the wax melts. You can even, if you're thinking about the wax of the candle, even the association of that color, if you were to do, I don't know, a spell jar and how you seal that jar with a specific color of wax. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And also, if you cannot light candles for whatever reason, they sell those battery operated candles, which they're so cool. I have one. And where they flicker or they stay lit or they have a timer, super cute. You can also implement those colors as well. Clothing and accessories. Now, this is what I love to use, as I was telling you in the last episode, is correspond corresponding the colors with the days of the week and also being mindful of that. And I'm going to give you colors here in a moment, but even mixing and matching, right? So if it's Monday, moon day associated with the moon, and you want to wear blue for the moon, but you want to add a silver necklace and earrings for protection, you are really getting into your color magic there and the associations for the days of the week. Bada bing, bada boom. That is amazing. And we're talking clothing, your undergarments, your socks. What else? If you wear colored contacts, maybe your eyeglasses, sunglasses, scrunchies, headbands, all of that. Necklaces, any kind of jewelry, any kind of body piercings. Oh yeah. And then we go down even more into um coloring your nails, right? Nail polish, toe polish. I just got my nails done and I had them a deep green and I really wanted to feel grounded. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do some greens. I got a design on them because my girl Nikki is the bomb. And I had some leaves on there, really made me feel connected. And I am going to say that I was able to kind of look at my fingertips and take a deep breath because Lord knows I needed it all month. So, and I will tell you the new color here in a minute. You can also use it in glamour magic makeup, right? So, eyeliner, mascara, the blush, the color of your lipstick, eyeshadows, the color of your highlighter. And then as well as your home decor, obviously, I don't know, wreaths at your front door, the color of the walls in your house, the color of your house, and all of the other things that you decorate your house with, right? Um, it's the vibration you really want to feel and the energy you want to feel as you come into that room. So maybe a color is going to feel different if you are in the living room versus a bedroom versus the kitchen and the bathroom. And with that same breath, the lights. So it's amazing. I have the how technology keeps changing, right? And the microphone that I am speaking to you on right now has colors on it. So right now I have it on blue. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute, but I can change all the colors or it can just change colors on its own. But if we're thinking about lighting, what kind of lighting do you like in each room, in your office, whatnot? For myself, I cannot stand fluorescent lighting. It kills me bit by bit. I don't know what it is. It just drains me. And I don't enjoy it. I'd rather have natural light. Sometimes, I mean, I've never had a window in my room, in my classroom until I moved up and we got and I got a new classroom at the high school that I'm at, but I've never had a window. So even with that fluorescent lighting, I always brought in lamps. And with that lamp, I had soft lighting. And then I got one of those bulbs that changes color. And that's what I was getting at. So you can have those types of lights and just place them wherever you want in your room. And you can bring in color magic that way. I already think I specified on crystals, so different crystals bring different vibrational energy, but they also have different colors associated with them as well. So I'm sure everybody knows rose quartz, and rose quartz is pink, and pink is normally about any kind of love, whether it's platonic, self-love, partnership, and romance and healing that heart center. It can anyway. Then even sigils. So if you're thinking about color magic, the color of your pin, uh, And I do want to do a little segment on this because I love to charge my pens, pencils, and my markers, as well as like the sticky notes and things that I like to use. I charge them. You can charge them under the moon and with a crystal and literally with your intention and of course the color magic. So when you're writing your own sigil, you can use different colors of paper as well as your writing you is it utensil writing tool and really add that extra layer of magic into the spell. And then of course you got your bath rituals. You've got food if you're a kitchen witch, adding colors into your foods, your teas, your garden. Literally, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there with that because color magic you can implement anywhere, and that's basically what I wanted to tell y'all. You can use color magic anywhere in your life, and if you cannot openly practice, you can do so on the DL. Nobody's gonna know. All right, let's get into some color associations. Here we go. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start with red. So when I was growing up, red was my favorite fucking color. And I don't know why red was my color. It just was always my favorite color. And then I started dabbling into, well, I like reds and I like pinks. And I always was in that little color wheel section right there. Reds and pinks, but like dark pinks and like really deep reds. Like I loved it. And then I started getting into blues, and purple has really, really been speaking to my heart as soon as I started getting deeper into my spiritual path. So let's start with red. Red has a grounding energy. It is also associated with strength, passion, courage, lust, and charisma. So when I list these out to you, you can kind of already think about different workings you can do. So if you're bringing in passion, lighting some red candles, red lingerie, red silk sheets, rose petals, all of that to bring in passion or even lust or love. You can also wear red when you are needing strength, and that strength can come in any form, right? Sometimes you need the strength to pick yourself up off the floor if you had a tower moment and you were just falling flat, and you need that strength. Using red in any of the ways I mentioned before could really give you that boost. Red can also be used in baneful work and hexes. And if you needed to be dominant, do one of those dominant spells. You usually, if you do a little bit of research, you're on any of the socials, you see red as return ascenders or when hexes are being done, as well as black. So you do you, boo. Let's move on to orange, kind of that same color scheme. Orange is for creativity, success, justice, opportunity, and ambition. So oranges would be good for abundance work, looking for a new job, or if you happen to be in a rut creative wise, orange would be a good color to surround yourself with. Yellow is for focus, confidence, joy, memory, reason, intelligence, and learning. And with the yellow in this Fool card on that journey, when you're going on into something brand new, we need to go in it with that confidence, right? And that joy. We're going for it. We're really going for it. But also this is your time when you are learning, you are becoming the student once again, because this is something new, it's a new endeavor. And be mindful that, hey, um, I'm going to be learning new things and I need to go forward with reasoning as logic also plays a role, but also that carefreeness. Yellow is also associated with that happiness and that joy. And right away, we think of the sun, that abundance, that growth. We're going to move on to green. Green represents money, as I said before, fertility, growth, healing, nature, and love. And some of you might be thinking, green for love? What? That's more like red and pink. Yeah, it can be. That is your association with that color. However, when you are looking at the chakras, the heart center is normally green. So I want to throw that tidbit out there. I love using green as you get back in touch with nature. Hence why I had green, right? On as far as my color for my nails. And I chose that because I knew I was gonna need the grounding. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to go out into nature and I don't have grass. I live in the freaking desert, but touch a tree, you know what I mean? Something. And I really felt like I needed that element. So, and we all know that growth, as something grows up from the earth, usually sprouts some green. All right, let's move on to blue. And blue represents communication, travel, forgiveness, calm, and expression. So, as I had spoken to you all about Mercury retrograde, I did discuss about the colors of blue and communication. That is a good thing to like implement here. And I have blue on the mic as I am communicating to you, and I want to communicate clearly and slowly so I don't speak too fast. And as I'm looking at this cup that I'm holding with water, because I need a little water break, my cup also has blue in it. And this blue it does give me a sense of calm. Same as when I look at the crystals that I have. I do have a lepidolite crystal, and that gives me I don't want to say, I don't know if it's strength, but it does give me enough mindfulness where I think about what I'm about to say, right? So thinking before I'm speaking, gathering my thoughts before I just word vomit everywhere. I'm going to take a sip of water. If you feel like this would be a good water break for you, please take it. Okay. Moving on to purple. Now, purple is that energy of wisdom, influence, psychic abilities, authority, thinking of like royalty here, and knowledge. So, as I stated earlier, I really started getting into the color purple as I set into my spiritual path. And I never not liked purple, but as I said, I really liked the reds and the pinks and the blues. So purple was very different. And again, I really loved the deep purple. And as I went further into my research, purple really does help hone in your abilities, right? Either I love to use it when I'm doing Reiki sessions for clients and tarot readings as well, just to give that extra layer of energy and magic into what I am doing. And next, I'm going to talk about the color brown, which represents home, stability, family, animals, and protection. So, if you're really looking to working with elemental magic, browns is the way to go. Brown also is associate with protection. Normally, we don't see it that way. We usually associate either blacks or silvers with that. However, brown can be very, very protecting because we're really thinking of the elements here, like the earth element and also the stability, right? You are on a good, firm foundation. The home around you or the place around you protects you. Really feeling that stable, grounded energy when you're wearing brown or using the color brown. And now I'm coming back into black. So, black is associated with protection, binding, transmutation, banishing negative energy. So, this is where we see people using black as far as their protection magic, especially in candles, crystals, really warding off any negative energy coming to you. Wearing black also as banishing negative energy. And what I would also like to focus on here is a transmutation. So you can very easily just protect yourself, anybody or anything that is sending me negative energy goes right back to them. Cool. But you can also transmute it. So anyone who sends me the evil eye, I get XYZ. I find $1 or whatever it is you want. I have an especially better day. You want to transmute that energy because energy is energy. Don't let it go to waste. Use it, transmute it. Now we get into pinks. And pink represents the love, right? Whether it's new love in a relationship, a platonic friendship, self-love, romance, very light and bright, very open, almost childlike in a sense where you kind of go with the flow. That's the pink. And I really enjoy that because it's like that carefree kind of color, kind of energy in the color. We have gold. So with gold is abundance and growth also, but also you want to use gold when you want to speed things up. And this is where we're really honing in on like the sun, where we want maybe you're looking for a raise or status. That's when you want to use the gold colors to speed it up, especially if you're looking to move on and move forward quickly. Next, silver. So silver represents the moon. So gold is the sun, silver is the moon. And silver we use for intuition. Think also with the purple. But also silver, it brings in that protective energy. So, like I said before, you can obviously mix match these colors, but if we're using that silver, excuse me, we're really looking in for protection. So that could be a silver color on you or silver jewelry. And the last one I put on here, just because, I wanted the main colors and going off the spectrum just a little bit. But we have white. And white represents higher self, spirituality, peace, and purity. And equally with white, if you are missing a color or you don't have a certain color, you can use the white, the color white, um, to represent missing color. So if you're doing a money bowl spell and you got all your stuff together and you don't have a green candle, you don't got a gold candle, and you don't got a yellow candle. If you got a white candle, you're in luck because white basically, especially when it comes to candle magic, it's not like they had all these colors back in the day, right? You had a white candle. So you can use the white candle to bring in those intentions of whatever color you were seeking. I love using color magic because it's so easy. So, so easy. And I I was thinking about, what else should I do? What else should I think about or talk about? But yeah, I wanted to give you all enough where you can start implementing these rituals daily, just like I did with the days of the week. So, like I said, you can use any of these colors to enhance your magic, to add an extra layer that you are needing or maybe wanting, um, deepen or expanding your practice. It's just a good tool to have. And it's all around us. So it's really, really easy to bring it in and implement it. And I think just want to make sure that's it for my notes. Yep. Those are all the colors. Obviously, there's a million colors. So if you really wanted to bring in, I don't know, topaz, just look up topaz. I don't know why that came up. Maybe that was intended for somebody out there. And see what it brings in, see what the energy is about and how you can utilize it. It's amazing. Color magic and corresponding days of the week with the planets and gods and goddesses, as well as crystals, herbs, and colors. Super easy to implement in your day-to-day mundane life, especially when things become a little stagnant. If you've been practicing for many, many years, sometimes it's nice to come back to the basics. And if you're just starting out on your spiritual journey and I don't know, you call yourself a baby witch, cool. This is a good way to start. I know we're starting baby steps, but we all got to start somewhere. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be Pinterest worthy. Honestly, even if you were to go into a store and scents, I was thinking about doing scents also next, the smell. But go look for a candle, whatever it is you want to bring in, even if it's just peace, relaxation, releasing. We have a full moon coming up, what, in like a day or two? That was a that was a great time to grab something, write whatever you want to release in whatever pen color or piece of paper and rip it up or burn it and throw it to the universe. It's a great time. There's never there's never an ideal time to start. I also want to preface that. There's never like, well, I'm not going to start now. I'm going to start tomorrow because tomorrow is, the eve of the full moon and I'm going to do this and XYZ and blah, blah, blah. Just start. Just literally just start. Start with this. Start right now with color magic and the corresponding days of the week. So when this drops, it's Wednesday. So if you need to, go back to the previous episode, fast forward it to Wednesday. What does Wednesday represent? Or heck, plan for the weekend. We have Memorial Day weekend coming up. You got a 3-day weekend. Maybe some of you, hopefully you have a day off somewhere in there. But look it up and implement. Just pick one day. And when you pick that one day and you say, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna implement this stuff. I might as well just start somewhere. Cool. Start it and jot it down. Like take note of it. This is the time to start your grimoire. Take notes. That way you can see where you feel like you are drawing the most strength from in your ritual practice. All right. So, my last tidbit here is if you are waiting to sign up for my 3-month program, Phoenix Rising, the last day to sign up for it is going to be May 30th. So, that is next week. It is quickly approaching. And oh man, I hope to see you there. I do have payment plans. If that payment plan and you need a little bit more extra help, please don't hesitate. I'm really excited for the group that I have. So with this 3-month program, I really help you dig into any blocks that you may have as far as bringing in your manifestations, or maybe you can't even hone in on the intention. Maybe you're feeling pulled in every which way, every direction, and you're about to pull your hair out. Maybe you have pulled your hair out. Um, Fighting or struggling with stress, anxiety. I mean, who isn't nowadays, right? And maybe you're holding on to that energy. So, with my 3-month program, we meet as a community online, and this also comes with Reiki, guided meditations for the group and for the individual, which means you and I will have a one-on-one discussion on what you really want to bring in. So if you're trying to be mindful and break bad habits, this is the best program for you. If you are wanting to bring in abundance and be clear on it and it's not coming through, this is going to help you. I'm going to help you really tap into your inner child and really listening to what that inner child wants so that way you can continue to grow and flourish. I know some of you are thinking, oh my God, inner child this, inner child that, like who gives a shit? The inner child is the guided meditation to where we're really listening on what your body is really needing, either your spiritual body, your physical body, your mind, the emotion, whatever it is, that is what I'm going to help you tap into. Because, gorgeous soul, abundance is your birthright. You do not need to be stuck struggling. Does not need to be an endless loop. And if it's becoming an endless loop, whatever ride you're on, whatever the lesson keeps coming around and coming around, you're not grasping it, this program is definitely for you. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate. I am reading some of the questions and responses that y'all are emailing me. I love reading them as well as my DM on my socials. So if you have questions about this, let's go. Don't waste any more time because TikTok, we're almost done. And spots are limited. And the reason spots are limited is I want everyone to have access one to me and my energy. And two, I wanted to have a nice personal group where everyone feels comfortable coming together online, of course, since I have people from different parts of the world, basically, especially here in the States. Okay, well, I've got all the links down in my show notes. If you have an idea for a topic that you would like to hear on upcoming episodes, you have a question, you can tap on those links or you can shoot me a message either via email at susiesenchantedcrossroads@gmail.com, or you can find me on the socials, either Instagram or TikTok. Also, Susie's Enchanted Crossroads. That's on Instagram. On TikTok, the name was too long, so it's Enchanted Crossroads, but that's where I am. I'm also still taking any schedules and bookings for your personal tarot readings as well as Reiki sessions. So I'm excited. I can't wait to hear from y'all. And I hope you have a wonderful week. And until then, I will see you at the crossroads.